So recently I unlocked the Leopard 2A6. Everyone was telling me how good it was, I already had the 2A5, and I got to it. I mean, the best shell has over 600 millimeters of penetration, so how bad could it be? I was sorely mistaken. First off, this thing can't do anything stock. I found myself getting angrier and angrier each time I died, each game, to some just bogus fire or my shell not doing anything. And that really stems into War Thunder's main issue, at least one of the main ones that does need to be fixed, which is the stock grind in tanks. Now, aircraft, I can somewhat deal with. If you're good enough at the game, you can get guns on and it will kill. Or, if anything, there's AI ground targets for you to go after. Sure, it's slow, but you're earning more than a 500 research per game. If you don't have premium, if you do, then it's about 1,000 research a game, which is manageable. But not in tanks. There are no AIs for you to kill. There's no free stuff that if you're smart, you can just get to it and farm. You have to kill other players or capture points, and this is assuming that you don't die first thing. And if you're stock, you have no FPE, meaning if you get set on fire, you die instantaneously. If you have no parts, you can't really repair, and, I mean, you can get your stuff to be manageable, but still, a broken barrel or breach is a death sentence. And with the stock shell, you can't penetrate anything. The Russians have ridiculous ERA, and basically everything else has absurd chemical protection. And with the recent change, I say recent, but it was later last year, in 2020, that essentially put stock heat FS on every single top tier tank with a few exceptions, notably the British and the French, it's really painful. And so I was discussing with a few friends, and we came up with an idea. Instead of researching the shells themselves, you would research the shell's production. Before you unlock the shell, you can still take it out to battle. However, each shell will cost 2 to 3 times more Silver Lions per shot than if you had the modification researched. For example, here, if we went with the 2A6 modification, the DM53 is about 230 Silver Lions. If you didn't research the production modification here, that price would jump up to around 460 or more Silver Lions per shell. Sure, it would hurt the bank, but at least you could use it. In a sense, you'd be trading off Silver Lions for research and a slightly better grind. Secondly, you would be limited to only taking around 1/4 or less of your maximum ammo capacity with these new shells. The 2A6 can carry 42 shells total. Limit that to 1/4, and you have roughly 10 to 11 shells that you could take, at least of the armor-piercing fin-stabilized guarding saber, or any non-stock shell. You can still take however much DM12 you'd like, but you can only load up 1/4 or so of your maximum ammo capacity in these more effective shells. And since you don't have the quote-unquote production researched, you also will be unable to restock these shells at a capture point, meaning that if you needed ammunition, you can't just drive to A and get your new shells back because you don't have production yet. You'd still have to take at least some form of stock shell, because Gaijin just can't be that nice. This is a sort of in-between. You have to take some of your stock shell if you want to have any longevity in the playing field, because 10 shells, yeah, that'll get you something, but not too much in the long term. So what this means is you could sacrifice some of your Silver Lion earnings, if not all of it, and have a somewhat bearable tank, because we can all agree that darts are so much better than heat. And it also sacrifices your combat longevity and endurance in the form of, you're having an easier time getting a kill and getting that sweet, sweet research. This is a middle ground in between what players want, which is just free shells, and what Gaijin wants, which is, either to make us players suffer or make us pay a few thousand golden eagles to get modifications. And, because the research requirement is so ridiculous on 2A6, the DM33 was upside of 20,000 research to get. That was so many games, and I beelined that before I got FPE, and I still don't have parts. I just wasn't having fun. I think it's the angriest I've ever been while playing War Thunder, and that's saying something because I managed to get through the 2A5 somewhat decently. Anywho, that's just a little rant on my end. I hope you guys enjoyed. If any of you are watching this and have your own ideas of how to fix this, quite frankly, egregious stock grind, leave it in the comments below. And if you happen to be a content creator watching this, please share the idea or just contribute in the comment section. I want your ideas. I want to know what you guys think about this, because this needs to be fixed. Fundamentally, it's driving players away, and it's just hurting the game more than helping it. I want to see War Thunder succeed, and what they're doing right now really isn't helping. I mean, I can't even play War Thunder for over 2 hours at a time. I get too fed up with the mechanics, between volumetric and everything else. Parts and FPE are a whole other discussion in itself, which I'll be making a separate video on. Maybe. But I do have ideas on how to make at least FPE bearable, because parts, I mean, while I don't like the fact that you don't have them, you can work with them. Anywho, sorry for a long period without upload, and I'll catch you all in the next one.